And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the grand finals of the WardiTV Monday number 21. Your weekly dose of StarCraft here in the EBT off season, and we have our top two. We have some of the best players in the world ready for you. We have spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Leylines, the Danish Protoss player, the red Protoss representing Storm Gaming. It is MaxPax. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the French Terran player, the blue Terran representing Team Liquid, the current reigning world champion. It is Clem. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It's Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will be our champion here, who you think will take the series and reign supreme at the end of the WardiTV Monday. Best of luck. Best of luck in the chat. This could go either way. I do favor Clem coming into this, as always, but MaxPax from time to time has shown that he can take it here to Clem. First things first, though, SCV does skirt around the edge of the map. The SCV does avoid the main scouting path, and we're going for an eBay block at the natural. Let's go. So Clem going to be disrupting the start here of MaxPax with that eBay. We'll see how much progression does, or how much progression we get on the eBay, and how long we delay the expansion. So a nice start for Clem. MaxPax now checks. Plenty of progression here on said eBay, and MaxPax is going to be forced to expand elsewhere. Forced into the unnatural natural. We can see Clem trying to chase this probe. Does attempt to, and he will force the center expansion. Ooh, okay. Does force a very exposed base, as we have seen time and time again. It's an interesting one. First things first, it's further out in the open. It is abusable from the low ground as well with the cliff face. There is a ramp at least that you can defend, but there's multiple attack bars from the top side, from the left, from the right. Very difficult to maintain. We'll see how Clem does approach this. We'll see how he does abuse this location. As so far, the eBay block has been successful. Reaper's moving out. Behind this, getting to his own rack straight, getting into his own factory into CC. Here we go. Reaper dips in. Twilight Council on the way. It's going to be a blink-based opener. I mean, hey, MaxPax, he has some of the best blink play in StarCraft. Ooh, as the probe does go down. Nice pickup. Clem gets one worker. Pulls away. Behind this, getting to his own 1-1-1. And I believe Clem, he did already get eyes on the tech, on the Twilight Council, is aware. Diving back in for a second scout, looking for another probe. He already got one, he's going to get two. Ooh, yeah, two probes do fall. Massive pickups. Is going to be trapped, is finally going to go. Oh no, the jukes! The jukes, the jives. Will be cleaned up, does fall in the end. Does fall. The probe actually got the kill. This one worker, he got the kill. Let's go. And how many gates? We have 2 gateways in the main. 2 gates so far. We should be seeing at least a third, potentially a 4th gateway as well. Shield battery is done at the mineral line, and behind this Clem, where we drop in, we're going for a Widowmine drop. Not just Widowmine, Marine as well. Okay. Now the goal here, typically, if we're committing with the Marines and the Widowmines, is that the Widowmines, they zone away the gateway army, and the Marines, they're the ones that deal economic damage. As CC is being taken, it looks like, okay, it's only going to be the mine drop. The Marines, they're left at home to defend. Marines, they will deflect. Stalker in position will actually get a lot of damage done on the medevac already. Oh my god. Very nice defense so far by MaxPax, being so, taking initiative, being really proactive. Shuts down the medevac, taking a lot of hits, and the Widowmine drop is denied completely. Is going to be cornered here in the left-hand side of the map. Tank production has begun. Up! Oh, one more shot and it goes down. Massive pickoff. 2 Widowmines and a medevac and 0 damage. Ay, ay, ay. MaxPax all over this. Clem in a rough position. Is pinned back at home, getting to his own bunker. And as a result, MaxPax, he's getting away with this build. He's getting away with this opener, with this natural. So far, he's fine. Trading with the Marines. Gets 1, gets 2. Will bleed out an adept. Oh my god, but the bunker's not done. The bunker's not ready. And these Stalkers are just reigning supreme here over the army. Tank moves down to low ground. Still more Marine pickuffs. And SCV as well. And Clem is losing too much, losing far too much at this point. MaxPax just snowballing out of control. He was able to kill how many? 8 Marines and 3 SCVs for what? For 2 Adepts. He's not done. He's not done. How much do we have behind this? Just 2 gate, by the way. Just 2 gate blink. Crazy. The bare minimum. Dives into the main. Gets a tank. Ooh, we'll take some massive volleys to the face, but does get a tank. We'll pull away. Ooh, has a bit of miscontrol here. We'll bleed out another Stalker. That was 2 Stalkers and 1 tank. That was still a better trade for MaxPax. A much better trade. And he's not done. He dives in once again. Yeah, tank out of position. Marines going down. Reinforcing tank has arrived. And still trading so well against these Marines. And Clem, he's being pulled apart here. Bleeding out 13 Marines in total for 1 Stalker. I mean, all up. From here, MaxPax still containing. Behind this, getting a 3rd expansion. 3rd base on the way. Into Charge Lots, into Archons, into eventually Storm, I would imagine. MaxPax looking very comfortable. And Clem, he never had the opportunity to punish this base. Never had it. Was never able to move out. 3rd CC has begun, but Clem is contained. Is contained. From here, Storm almost done. Charge as well, getting the 3rd base up and running. Fully saturated, gateway explosion. MaxPax still looking comfortable. Now, eventually, Clem is going to break out. He will break out once he has his upgrades, once he can take his 3rd base, but until then, he's still stuck on 2 bases. And he can't really do much to really threaten MaxPax. He moves out with the Raven, gets eyes on the would-be 4th. Main army breaks out. Oh, nice feeling. The feedback. Oh my god. The Raven does nothing. Just scouts. Here comes the 4th. Now, is MaxPax being too greedy? I mean, if this was a 2-base all-in, then 100%, but as we can see, the 3rd is on the way, and Clem is still at home. So MaxPax is getting away with that 4th. Now moving out. Storm is ready. He's got 3 High Templar in that Prism. Now, thankfully, Clem, because of the Raven needed Scout, he's aware of the High Templar. He knows, which is why he's pre-split. His army's pre-split. He's ready for the Storms. But will it matter? Charge is done, and MaxPax is looking to break this position here and now. There's not that much to protect the tanks, and he wants them. There we go, does commit. Oof. Concave is too good. Army's bunching up. We're waiting for the Storms. Up! Storm comes in, grazes the army. We have 3 more Storms in the back line. More Zealots have arrived. And if the Storms connect, MaxPax can break this. Does come down to the Spellcasters. The push in. Storms, they do connect. Zoning away the bio. Massive connection on the right-hand side. Yeah, Marines are falling, but the tanks, they hold on. Where are the Zealots? Where are the reinforcements? They're a little bit too late. Clem, can he hold? Can he survive? The boys are being pulled, and he saves the tanks. Ooh. Does try to, but now he gets broken. GG gets called, and MaxPax, he will take game number 1. Whew. GG. Oh my god. GG well played. A very strong start there for MaxPax, able to completely shut down the opener, the mine drop. He was able to kill tanks in the main, get SCV kills as well. MaxPax completely shut Clem down in the opener, and MaxPax just had so much freedom as well. And as we were pointing out, Clem was out in the open. He was out in the open. He was vulnerable to charge lot aggression, of course, as he had no SimCity, no bunker, no depot. I do apologize for some frame drops towards the end there. Do apologize. Typically, that happens if there's maybe someone having some latency issues. I will check my ping in the game, but hopefully everything should be okay. As we're getting into our game number 2. Let's go. Getting into game number 2 here. As we're going to be leading into Whispers of Gold. Whew, oh my god. But again, just a really strong start there by MaxPax. Despite the initial disrupted base location, despite that, Clem was never able to make use of it, right? He was never able to move out. He was just stuck at home the entire game. And that was only off of 2-gate blink. That's the most crazy thing. It was 2-gate blink Stalker out of MaxPax. Crazy. And here we go. Getting into game 2. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Wizards of Gold, we have the French Terran player, the Blue Terran, representing Team Liquid down in the series. We'll see if he can bounce back. We'll see if he can make a series out of this. It is Clem. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the red Protoss player. Red Protoss representing Sidestorm Gaming, leading the series 1-0 from Denmark. It is MaxPax. Let's go. As Clem once again rocking up with the initial SCV. And getting ready for, I would imagine, another eBay. No, Mike. Going for the proxy in the natural. Bold move here, Clem. Bold move. Now, there is enough room, of course, here to actually have this go unscouted. Fun fact, MaxPax, he can actually place a Nexus here and he won't see this. He will not see the expansion, also he will not see the proxy if the probe doesn't actually get close enough. So we'll see what Clem can get done. This should just be Reaper into Bunker to deny mining. We'll see if Clem commits a little bit harder. Storm OP. I mean, it wasn't really Storms that won MaxPax that game. It was the lead up to that moment, right? Like, if MaxPax wanted to, he could have had like Colossus instead and still had a similar outcome, if not the same outcome. Ooh, going for the bunker here already. Will deny the expansion. And the Reapers are on the way. And again, MaxPax, he did not scout the proxy. He's not aware. But again, like after the initial opener, after the Stalker pickoffs in the main, which was insane, by the way, getting the tanks, getting the Marines, at that point, MaxPax could have done almost anything to have taken it there. It's crazy. There we go. Reaper dives into the main. Dancing with the army. Very fast Reaper will get one probe already. One probe goes down. And he has that bunker to fall back to. Ooh, getting a second probe as well. Stalker has arrived. Behind this, it is going to be a factory follow-up. Delayed CC out of Clem. And so far, he will foresee unnatural natural once again. Now, there is a difference coming into Whispers of Gold, is the rush distance. The rush distance on this map is much shorter. So Clem, if he wants to try to break this position and go for a 2-base all-in, it is an option. It is a viable option here for Clem. More so than on ley lines. As Clem is still just being so annoying. Behind this, committing to Hellions. Hellions are on the way. Clem being much more aggressive this time. And we'll see what he can get done. Twilight Council follow up here. Out of MaxPax. Going for the Twilight Council. Stalker goes down. Not a bad pickoff. Denying mining time. Probe's going to be under fire. He wants that Stalker. He wants it. Oh my god. And looks like he will get it as well. Another Stalker falls, can fall back here to the bunker. The bunker is still up and running. Ay. Yeah, and MaxPax just getting torn apart. No major damage, but over time, 5 probe kills, 2 Stalkers, 6 probes even. Still maintaining this position. Hellions rallying across. Behind this, going for a second and a third Rex, getting to a 2-1-1 setup. Sorry, 3-1-1 setup even. As he's floating back home. Now, based on the production here, it looks like Clem is not going for a 2-base all-in. These are delayed Raxes. Delayed Raxes, but he is still being aggressive. Instead of going for like a stim timing or anything like that, he's going for Cloak Banshee. So Cloak Banshee follow-up. If MaxPax doesn't get detection, if he doesn't get a Robo or a Stargate or a Forge, then the game could just end. Like straight up, the game could just end here and now. As more probes are falling, they line up, they get roasted. 4 probe kills. 4 probes falling. Bunker's going to be killed. No salvage. Ooh, and thankfully, Robo. Again, if we had delayed any longer, then I would be very concerned when it comes to the lack of detection, but the Robo's on the way. Observer should be chronoed. MaxPax has the tools to defend, but he's still in a very rough position. He's moving out for a counterattack. Back at home, Clem has a bunker, has a tank at the natural. Main base is more exposed. But MaxPax, he has no high ground vision. Not yet. Pokes in. Oh, the tank will punish! And 1 Stalker goes down, brutal pickoff. Banshee's on the way. Back at home, there's not much to defend. Robo is just now finishing. And this Banshee can pop off. It takes 2 shots. 2 shots to kill a probe. No shield battery in the main base. There is one at the natural, which can buy time. But the main is exposed. There we go. Gets 1, gets 2. Gets up to 3 probes already. And 0 detection. Gets up to 4. 5. 6. 7. Oh my god. Okay, within range of shield battery. 7 probe kills. And the Banshee does fall. Yeah, not bad damage here by Clem. Does kill workers, denies mining time as well. And MaxPax also forces him back at home. Forces the recall. And a much more assertive start this time for Clem in game 2. Is keeping MaxPax pinned. As there's now a second Banshee. Ooh. Taking a lot of hits though. MaxPax coming in with the intercept. He's going for the chase. Oh, can he get him? Up! Up! Oh, he's lagging a little bit too far behind. Yeah, lagging too far behind. The Banshee should escape. Did I speak too soon? Nah. Oh god! Does not escape. Does go down. Ay. Brutal pickoff. This second Banshee suddenly not as worth it as he killed not a single probe with that second Banshee. So much better catch here from MaxPax. Clem back at home is getting a 3rd CC. Building up his upgrades. But now the momentum has swung from one player to the other. Now suddenly, Clem is contained. Now suddenly, MaxPax has gained map control, and MaxPax can attempt to recover. Now bearing in mind that MaxPax, he lost a lot of workers in lead up. 17 probes. 17 probes have gone down this game. MaxPax is behind. MaxPax needs to recover. Clem is ahead. There's a reason why we have this supply disparity here between the two players, as MaxPax has been forced to remake so many probes. Is going for a gateway explosion, is going straight into charge, into a warpism as well. This is very committed here by MaxPax. Basically, no gases. No gases at the natural, no gases at the 3rd base, only 2 gases in the main. Mass charge lots. Now, specifically, this style that MaxPax is going for is ideal if Clem takes a 3rd. What I mean by that, if Clem exposes himself out here and establishes a 3rd base, he's going to be vulnerable. Pushing into the natural is difficult, pushing into the 3rd is easier. As Clem is actually going to push. MaxPax has to build up those zealots. Picks off a Marauder. Salsa warping in back at home. Going for a run by at the same time. Salsa hit the mineral line. Fresh Mule is going to be going down. This will delay reinforcements. MaxPax does take a shot to the face. But so far, buying time. Warping in extra waves of Stalkers. Getting ready for a counterattack. Getting ready for a run by. Go drop into the main. Clem is still ahead. He still has the greater economy. But Zealots pop up in the main. SCVs are going down. So far, so good. Getting 2, denying mining time. Clem's push is delayed. Once again, MaxPax takes another shot to the face. And the Zealots do some damage, that is true. But I'm sure MaxPax wanted Clem to push in. Didn't quite happen. Clem backs up. Clem still maintains that lead. MaxPax desperately needs a 4th base. 4th is on the way. Oh no! The Prism! Oh my god. Prism does pull back, thankfully. Prism does pull out. As Clem rotates towards the 4th base, at the same time, Zell run back here towards the natural. And does notice. Bunker's ready. Yeah, boys are being pulled. Bunker is going to survive. And Clemmy dives in. He's got 3 tanks behind this and a massive amount of fire. The 4th base is going to be denied. And Clem cannot maintain this. 4th is going to fall. Clem, sorry. MaxPax is going to maintain this. MaxPax is stuck on 3 bases. Cannot expand. And it's just being starved out. Tanks are a little bit late to siege, but it's fine. The Zealots, they just crumble. Clem stimming in, takes out the Immortal. Doesn't quite get the Colossus. But Max actually just can't fight this. Not like this. Comes in for the surround though. Zealots, they shut down the tanks. The Colossus is going to fall. No, it doesn't. Oh my god, he saves it. He saves the Colossus. Barely. MaxPax, he's barely holding on. But he lost the base. He lost the expansion. MaxPax still down in economy, down in bases, down in army. Did survive. But Clem still has so much more where that came from. He's got Ghosts, Vikings, EMPs. The Colossus barely standing. It's taped together. Second Colossus has arrived. I'm tempted to chase. Tempted. Does rotate. Now what MaxPax is hoping for, because of this observer, he's waiting for the move out, and he's hoping for a counterattack, whether it's with Zealots, Stalkers, some kind of harassing damage to buy time, get some damage done, but also to keep Clem busy back at home. To allow MaxPax to build up a greater army, to build up his Colossus, Disruptors, 3rd Colossus on the way, nice force field. Clem bleeding out a Ghost. Nice target firing into MaxPax. Gets a Ghost, Prism making his way towards the main. That's the backside we were talking about. Clem rotates over towards the 3rd. Going for the Robo. The Colossus is so close to going down. Yeah, one more volley. Nice swipes. Swipes on the bio. Shield by putting a lot of work. Zealots come in from behind. Oh, but the mine shots are brutal. Yeah, Zealots are being cleaned up. Colossus going down to the Vikings as well. No more splash damage. And these are enough of a gateway army. Still 1 Colossus left. Once again being targeted down. Oh my god, does barely fall. And Max actually just cannot sustain this. Cannot sustain these losses. Clem still maintaining his army, just rattling across the map. And the Colossus count down to 0. Down to 0 at this point. No splash damage. No AoE. Minimize a burrow. Nice splits out of MaxPax towards the end. Avoids as much damage as possible. MaxPax even double expanding. But Clem, he just stim in. He just stim and win at this point. No Zealots, no Chargers, no buffer. The Robo's going to go down, which means the final Colossus does swap out. It's not long for this world. Does Kai well, though. As well, still falls. MaxPax fighting his heart out. Brutal EMP connects. Oh, the winner bites. And GG gets called. There's nothing left. Clem, he will tap the series 1-1. We're going to game 3. Whew. GG. Clem does tie things up again. A very strong start for Clem. This time going for the proxy, going into Hellion Harass, Reaper Harass as well. Remember, after the early game, he had killed 17 probes. 17 workers went down. And from there, Clem was ahead. He was ahead in workers, ahead in upgrades, ahead in economy, I should say, had the larger army. We saw some good moments for MaxPax, but it was not enough. It was not enough to recover. He was still just perpetually behind after that start. And GG. GG, well played. Clem, he maintains his lead, maintains his momentum, and now we're making our way into game number 3. Let's go. Getting into game 3 here. And again, MaxPax just had a very rough start when it came to the Hellion harass, the Marine harass, sorry, the Reaper harass, the Cloak Banshees, don't forget. Cloak Banshees did well. And now Game 3 is going to be on King's Cove, one of the larger maps in the map pool, and the first time we're casting this map today. In all 3 casts, by the way. Again, we, I guess we must have seen it during the show match. No, not even, it was vetoed. Yeah, it was vetoed. We casted a show match earlier today with Björn and Zan. Likewise, we also casted the OSC Championship earlier this morning, and we did not cast at all on this map until now. Let's go. Let's go. As spawning in the top left-hand corner of King's Cove, we have the Danish Protoss player, the Red Protoss, representing Sidestorm Gaming, being forced into a tied series. We'll see if we can bring back that momentum. It is MaxPax. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the French Terran player, the Blue Terran, representing Team Liquid, tying up the series and fighting back. It is Clem. Here we go. And welcome one and all to King's Cove, also one of the other most vetoed maps in the map pool. Very rarely seen. It is, of course, a very large map, very wide open spaces, a lot of bases as well, and it's very defendable on a 3-base setup. I'm referring to this natural and this 3rd base. Likewise, there are ramps coming into them. It is very difficult to be aggressive and to push up these ramps into a concave, into a defensive line of Protoss or Terran or any race, really. So in general, we do see longer games on King's Cove. You see longer setups. The 4th is a different story. The 4th base is much more exposed here on King's Cove, and that's where a lot of fights do occur, typically where a lot of aggression lies. So we'll see what direction our players take this in. For the first time in a long time, Rax into expand. Economic build here by Clem. Single gas opener. Show us the CC. The probe is being as annoying as possible. Will delay by like a second or half a second. Again, just being as annoying as possible. CC is now on the way for Clem. Now we can settle in. And again, an economic start makes sense. King's Cove, it isn't just how defendable the 3-base setup is, but also the long rush distance. A very long rush distance by ground. It's a very large map. It takes a long time to move from one end to the other. We can see Clem playing it safe. He checks the linear 4th base, goes up towards the center as well. He's looking for proxies, making sure there is no proxy, there is no gateway, making sure there are no shenanigans. So Clem playing very safe, checking the top side as well. And MaxPax is moving out. And once again, Twilight Council opener, which is what we expect. We expect Twilight Council play. We do mention how Stargate play is a lot more viable on these larger maps like King's Cove and Neon Violet Square and Abyssal Reef. Despite that, MaxPax, he has expressed his disdain of Stargate play in PvT just because it is risky. And he'd prefer not to take that risk. He likes his Blink Stalkers, Pappy. He likes them. As he does delay the expansion. I mean, not bad. CC is delayed. Second Adept has arrived. Big delay here on the base. And Clem is contained to 1 base. So 1 base economy. Reaper dips in, is deflected. Blink is on the way. Marine Hellion does move down to low ground. And Clem, he will take down 1 Adept. And he'll force the other to shade. SCV was targeted down, so once again, still a big delay in the expansion. A very nice start from MaxPax. And the question becomes, how many gateways? We have 1 extra gate on the way. So 2 gate blink for now. 2 gate blink Stalker, setting up for another gateway. Getting up to 3. And looks like only 3, which I can get behind. Like 3 gate blink on King's Cove sounds perfectly fine. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to even just 2 gate blink into a 3rd. But just safe play here by MaxPax. Back at home, we have our 1-1-1 opener. Tank and Raven production underway. Getting to a 2nd and 3rd racks. Just a standard setup here out of Clem. He can scout and harass with the Raven, but outside of that, he should just be chilling back at home. Just building up towards the mid game. And I do appreciate it. I mean, so far in this series, it's been very aggressive. We've been seeing just so much aggression in both in Game 1 and in Game 2. And to be honest, a lot of these games have been determined by the early game aggression as well, by the leads that either MaxPax or Clem have been getting. But now coming into Game 3, we can just calm things down, get into the mid game, and have a back and forth. With no clear player in the lead. MaxPax is getting his third. Raven moves out to scout. MaxPax is going to be skipping some warp-ins here to go for a much faster Bay and a Forge. So Bay and a Forge are on the way. MaxPax is cutting corners. He can get away with it. Raven takes a lot of hits. Oh my god. Takes 2 volleys. No auto turret. And is forced back. A nice defense so far here by MaxPax. He's chasing down that Raven. Alas, will escape. Will make it back home. Just catching up. Oh, hello, Kalasi in the chat. Este Kalasi. Ay, ay, ay. Good to see you. Yes, I saw Jay talking earlier about our Sea Duckling Open. True, true. We do host diamond events on a monthly basis. We weren't able to host one in January just because we were so busy with Masters Coliseum and Little League Cup, but it should be coming back in February. It is coming back. We'll get there again. Always a lot of fun. So we do have a bit of a lull here. Catching the Observer. Getting upgrades, throwing down more maxes. Third CC's on the way. Clem will be expanding. And so will MaxPax. Eventually getting a fourth. Again, this is just kind of what we expect out of King's Cove. Because it's so large and so defendable, it's a little bit more rare to see aggression early on. Now finally Clem is moving out. Oh, getting a Stalker. Not bad. Gets one. Up. He wants two. Barely. It looks like he will get it. Just barely. Second Stalker falls. MaxPax trying to punish. Tank does siege. Volley goes up. Shelling away here at the army. Clem coming in from behind. Going for some Raven harass. Auto turrets on the way. Plus is building up. MaxPax still yet to expand. There he goes, now setting up for a fourth. MaxPax just being as annoying as possible. Gets an SCV. Gets 2. Oh, just 1. 1 SCV goes down. Probes, they come back 1 second too soon, and we get 3 probe kills. Nothing major. Just some pickoffs here and there. A couple of workers falling. And we're just building up. Just building up. Now, we spoke earlier, usually we get a lot of fights, a lot of contention around the 4th base. That's going to be coming up soon. Once Clem gets his 3rd fully saturated, he can start to be active. He can start to push. And we'll see if MaxPax can keep up. As he's going for 3 Colossus. Interesting. Not going for a second Robo. He's going for the Temple Archives instead. That's going to be for Storm. So Storm is on the horizon. MaxPax moving out. Oh, will be punished though. Losing 2 Stalkers. Yeah, late reaction. Late reaction from MaxPax, taking a lot of hits. Will reinforce. Prism has arrived. Meanwhile, Clemmy has the high ground. Oh my god, getting free shots off once again. Just a very nice positional play here from Clem. Getting shot after shot. MaxPax trying to set up a run by. Clem pulls back home. Does full wet to the 3rd. Meanwhile, MaxPax is trying to commit. Up! Ooh, takes some action to the face. It does spread in time. It does split. Stalker's moving in. The main armies are still quite comparable to each other. I think I might favor MaxPax out in the open, though. If he tried to push up this ramp, I would favor Clem, but Clem is trying to expand, and MaxPax is getting ready to deny the 4th base. Here comes a massive concave. 3 Colossus, charge lots. He's going in. He's going to commit. And can Clem hold on? Force the kite back. Mine shots going up. Some of the mines are denied. So far, he's holding onto the ramp. 4th base, force to lift. Vikings a bubble. They shut down one of the Colossus. Colossus goes down. And no major losses from Clem. He's denied the expansion, but he's holding. So far, he's holding on. He rotates. Heals up that depot. As both armies are maxing out. They're about to max. EMPs are available. Then, of course, take another expansion. 4th base under fire. Zelse dive in. SCVs are going down as we speak. Nice mine shot. And when a mine shot goes off in Clem, he will defend. He'll save the 4th base. MaxPax coming in from behind, trying to get the surround off. Collapsing forward, boys are being pulled. And the Colossus, they're going to be going down. He gets one, he gets both. Both Colossus fall. Oof. With one more volley. And MaxPax, he plummets in supply. We were maxed out, and he goes down to 145. Now building back up. But again, the defender's advantage here is insane. Oh my god. And Clem is going to chase him down. MaxPax just throwing away too much there, pushing into the bases. He'll also have his Zealots, also have his Colossus. Destructive production has begun. No storm. Clem looking to push in. A bit of a premature Nova. Really only zones away. And we commit. EMPs on the Archons. Colossus does fall. And Clem, he can land his Vikings. He can trade well here. He can chase this down. And can we save the expansion? He's going to try. Here comes the Nova. In case Nova goes off, takes out just one Marine. Just one Marine goes down. Clem, he has done. He has broken the base. Breaks through the mineral line. Gets a missile in the main army. Zelse get dusted. And Clem, he's just going to stim and win. He takes down the Robo, takes down the expansion. Zelse have to engage. But it's just a rough trade here. Nice pickup. Nova takes down one of the Widow Mines. MaxPax taking another 4th base. But he's still in danger. He's still under threat. Massive mine shots. Oh my god. They just all connect. He just keeps going. Oh, the splits are too good. There's one more Nova left. What a mess. The Nova doesn't connect either. Ah, no. And Clem is almost maxed. He's almost maxed out at this point. Goes for another stim. Mine shots on the disruptors. Pushing into the main army, getting an Archon. He gets one. He gets two. Takes down both Archons. There is a Nova available. There is a Nova. Gets a Marauder. Takes down one Marauder, but from here, Clem can just keep on pushing. GG gets called as MaxPax is broken, and Clem will take a 2-1 lead in the series. GG. Clem will take a lead. Again, things were pretty passive between the players, which is what we expect on King's Cove. It was very passive. Both players, they maxed out, and we saw MaxPax was the first to push. MaxPax initially had a really good fight at the center 4th base, and then Clem backed off. He backed off, he lifted the CC, he did rotate towards the south side instead, and we saw that MaxPax attempted to surround, but really he exposed himself. The Vikings, they collapsed on those Colossus real fast and real quick. And the 3 Colossus, they went down in an instant against those Vikings, and the rest of the army just couldn't really hold its own. With that MaxPax, he lost, what was it, like 55 supply? Like 55 supply in one fight. It was crazy. Went down to 145, and with that, Clem just snowballed from there. He just chased him down, chased down whatever was straggling left, and was able to just counterattack immediately and never allowed MaxPax to recover. Just one big fight did decide that. From then on, it was just MaxPax struggling to like keep his head above water. Could not maintain himself. GG. GG, well played. Whew, oh my god. Clem will take the game, and Clem is now 1 game away from taking the series. Or no mas, 1 more game is all he needs. Again, MaxPax just overextending, pushing towards that southern base. Did expose his army. And now we're loading into Amygdala. Let's go. Another large map, not as extreme as King's Cove, but still very defendable nonetheless. And we'll see if we end up in a similar game state or if our players take a different approach. Let's go. Let us go. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Amygdala, we have the Danish Protoss player. We have the Danish Protoss representing Psystorm Gaming down in the series. We'll see if we can bounce back and force the ace match. The pressure is on. It is MaxPax. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the French Terran player, the Blue Terran, representing Team Liquid. 1 game away from becoming this week's WardiTV Monday champion. It is Clem. Here we go. It comes down to this final game here. Super clean. Yeah, I mean, that last game was just, there was no shenanigans, right? There was no, like, initial, like, major harassing damage or anything like that. It was both players just kind of building up to their maxed out compositions, building up to their maxed out armies. There were some little skirmishes in the beginning, if you recall, with Clem catching out MaxPax's Stalkers with some tank fire. That is true. There were some nice little moments, but nothing too major. It all really did come down to the big clash and the big engage. I do think that MaxPax initially had a good start, denying the 4th, but again, maybe a little bit too excited, maybe a little bit too cavalier, diving in prematurely and took 1 bad fight. And sometimes 1 fight is all it takes. Sometimes 1 fight is just all it takes here. Especially with that kind of Protoss composition. As you can imagine, losing all your Colossus, it takes a long time to rebuild. It takes a long time to replenish. But now we're settling in. Double gas. Ooh, double gas opener out of Clem into a faster factory. Delayed CC. Meanwhile, MaxPax going for a standard opener. And I feel like we expect Blink. We expect a Twilight Council. I would not be opposed to Stargate play here on Amygdala, but MaxPax, he likes his Blink Stalkers. He likes them. But for good reason. It's pretty good. He's pretty good at Blink Control, Blink Harass, Blink Aggression. Ooh, speaking of Blink, MaxPax setting up a proxy, and this looks like a proxy Stargate. The Cybercore is done, the pylon soon to finish. Show us that Stargate. Hero, is that you? Hup, hup, hup. There it is. Oh no, my apologies, a gateway instead. Okay, going for a proxy gateway, not a Stargate. With this, he can harass across the map. This is not too committed. This is not an all-in. I should emphasize this. This is not an all-in, but this is a way to reinforce and to commit and to try to get some damage done early on. We'll see what he can get done. CC on the high ground, very safe location. Reactor Reaper Hellion here out of Clem. Building up more Reapers, more Hellions. And I believe we're getting up to 3 gates. Yeah, 3 gate setup. Reaper did scout. No, sorry, did not scout the tech. Clem was denied. Adept takes out another Reaper. Oh my god. Massive pickoffs. Clem losing 2 Reapers already before the Hellion Reaper really comes online. Yeah, very rough start here for Clem. That should not have happened. He has that much less to harass, that much less to really gain map control. Is moving out, but MaxPax, he can actually afford to warp in across the map, and there it is. 3 Stalkers. Warping in 3 Stalkers at a time. Twilight Council now on the way. delayed Twilight Council because of the gateways. Clem, he needs to scout this. Does get behind the mineral line. Stalkers have arrived, and Clem is exposed. Yeah, back at him losing Marines. Marines are going down left and right. There's no setup here at all. There's no setup. Hellions get shut down. Add-ons under fire. Cyclone's on the way. And can Clem hold? Can he hold on? Nice lock on. Almost gets a Stalker. Dropping back in. Stalker does fall, but reinforcements have arrived. And MaxPax, he might just snowball out of control here and now. Oh, the Hellions, they made it? Somehow. Trading with the Marines, going for the Cyclone. Hot pickup does save the Cyclone. But the 4 Stalkers, they maintain themselves, and we have more reinforcements on the way. MaxPax, he just commits. He just keeps going. He's not stopping. He can't stop. He won't stop, Pappy. He won't stop. Oh! Takes down the Cyclone. The tank is exposed. Tank goes down as well. And that might just be too much. I mean, the Stalkers are still very low, though. Down to 2 Stalkers. But there's nothing else. There's 1 Marine. There's 1 Marine remaining. Barely an army. Reinforcements on the way. It's still such a close fight. But Max actually has the economy. He's fully saturated on 2 bases. Blink is on the way. MaxPax, it looks like he may have just done it. Trying to force his way into the main. Again, these are only vanilla Marines. There's only so much they can do. The tank has arrived. The tank will hold. He holds onto the main. But honestly, from here, Max actually can just back off. He can just back up and retreat and get a 3rd. Doesn't have to commit. Clem, he's trying to save that natural, though. He's trying to save it, taking a lot of damage. Tank is... Oh, no! It's unsieged! Massive pickup. Tank goes down. And Clem, he's struggling. He's struggling here. Down to 2 Marines, down to 1. Oof. Barely anything left. And MaxPax, he wants to break this. Yeah, he dives in. GG gets called, and we are going to the ace match. MaxPax does have the series 2-2. We're going all the way to game 5. Let's go. Whew, GG, well played. Again, Clem, to lose the initial 2 Reapers that early on. What's important about what happened as well is that Clem, he didn't just lose his Reapers. If you remember, he did not scout the main. He did not scout the fact that there was no Twilight Council. That would have been the tell. Remember, it was a very late, very delayed Twilight Council for MaxPax, which is how he was able to afford so many Stalkers. But Clem, he did not get behind the mineral line. He did not confirm that there was nothing there. He just assumed there was a Twilight Council, which means he was caught off guard back at home. He was not ready. 0 bunkers, 0 setup. Clem was overwhelmed, and MaxPax does tie things up. And really, this is what we wanted here. We're going all the way to the ace match, to the final game. Let's go. But yeah, just a really disastrous start there for Clem. And we'll see if we can tighten things up coming into game 5. Let's go. Loading into Ultra Love. As we get into this, a big shout out to, oh my, is that really cute? Is that really Kozan? Shout out to really Kozan in the chat. Baby Gab, thank you so much for subscribing for 6 months. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Hope you had a great time, and thank you so much for joining us earlier as well the other day, yesterday even, for Sparkling Tunica. Thank you, Kozan. Thank you. Did appreciate it. I'm forever blowing. I'm forever blowing bubbles. Pretty bubbles in the air. Ah, that's a deep cut. Ah, no. Ah, no. I got you. But here we go. We're getting to the ace match, and spawning in the top right-hand corner of Ultra Love, we have the Danish Protoss player, the Red Protoss, representing Sidestorm Gaming, tying up the series. Can he go all the way? It is MaxPax. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the French Terran player, the Blue Terran, representing Team Liquid, being forced into Game 5. Can he bring it back? It is Clem. Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought you were alluding to the meme where you were sinking into the ocean and you're like, oh, you're blowing bubbles, gasping for air. You're I thought you were talking about the meme, Pappy. Oh my god. So good, so good. Here we go. Here we go. It's a great meme, by the way. I love it. It perfectly encapsulates that moment. If you're curious what we're talking about, I do recommend checking out our Discord server, our Discord, where Kuro did create a meme relating to a moment that happened during the cast last night. It's beautiful, beautiful. For now, though, we're settling in. We do have our standard opener out of MaxPax. Likewise, Clem opening up double gas. Double gas opener faster. Factory, a much more assertive start this time from our Terran player. That would have been good. It's fine, it's fine. Here we go, factory underway. Delayed CC here out of Clem. We're still working towards it. This time there is no pylon, there is no proxy out of MaxPax. We're slowing things down. And this time Clem, he will save the Reaper. Thankfully, Reaper is saved. Back at home, setting up for his add-ons. Reactors on the way. And MaxPax does once again open up Twilight Council. I say once again, last game, of course, he went for a delayed Twilight Council. This time, standard timing here into Blink. Into his Stalkers. So a much more standard setup out of MaxPax. And welcome one and all to Ultra Love. One of the smaller maps of the map pool is a smaller map, but very defendable base locations here. Defendable third base, defendable fourth base. You can knock down this tower, you can just fully wall off. Definitely a lot of defensive features here. And we can see that Clem, he only makes an extra wave of Reapers. So only 2 Reapers, not 3. 2 Reapers and 1 Hellion. Very light commitment here into aggression. Following it up with a Mind Drop. Reaper Hellion threatening a dive. MaxPax throwing down extra gateways. How many gates? He's got 1 gateway done, 2 on the way, 3 gate blink in total. Very safe play here by MaxPax. Just going 3 gate blink. Shades across the map. Mind Drop is coming in. At the same time, Clem can find his way into the main as well. Trying to distract. MaxPax, he spots the drop. Does respond. Medevac taking a lot of hits. Little Mind's unload, but MaxPax, he pulls away in time. Oh, attempted retargeting. And alas, he will get 1 probe and 1 Stalker. Not bad. At the same time, Reapers are diving to the main base. Probes are falling. Nice damage here by Clem. The Little Minds were lackluster, but they were really a distraction. The Reapers, they pop off. 6 probe kills. 6 probes for 2 Widowmines and 2 Reapers, very well worth it. The Medevac did survive, is racing back home, and now it's going to be on MaxPax to counterattack. Remember, he has 3 gates. He has 3 gateways up and running. The Prism is on the way, and here comes the Protoss. MaxPax moving out. As he moves out, Hellion does dip in. Gets a better read on how many gateways there are, and will distract some of the production. Keeps his Stalkers busy. Delays the push. Gets 1 more probe. And back at home, what do we have to defend? We have a bunker. Bunker is ready. We have a 2nd bunker on the way. Boys being pulled to repair. Clem taking this very seriously. As he's holding for now. Back in the main, 2 tanks are set. So 2 tanks in the main, 2 bunkers on the low ground. MaxPax looking for a way in. Behind this is expanding. Remember, this is not an all-in. It's just 3 gate blink into a 3rd. Macro build out of MaxPax. But he's still hoping for some damage. Rotating over. He's spotted. Tank shots going off. Clem holds. Clem does hold. You see MaxPax rotating was the natural. Tank is going to be repositioning, and there's still 2 bunkers ready as well. Clem looking very secure. But MaxPax instead headed for the main. He has options. Still 2 tanks. Does dive in, going for the Raven. Shot goes off, Raven survives, going for the add-on instead, and Stim is going to be denied. One more volley. Up, up. Oh my god. Barely doesn't go down. He goes to the mule. He saves Stim. No shot. Barely saves Stim in the end. Clem holds. He holds. That was a rough trade here for MaxPax, splitting out 3 Stalkers for what? For a handful of Marines. 3 Stalkers for 3 Marines. Clem holds. That was not worth of a MaxPax. At least he's containing his opponents, but Clem, he will soon move out. Once he gets his upgrades, of course. Stim, combat shields, 3rd CC, all on the way. Clem will eventually push. Until then, MaxPax is taking up. You have the Bay on the way for Colossus, Gateway Explosion, Charge +1, standard follow-up here out of MaxPax. Going into a heavy charge lot and Colossus composition. He's working on it. Can I now no longer call myself totally not Kozak? It's true, you have both those IDs, don't you? Like in other places. It's totally not confusing, Kozan. Ah, no. Or am I thinking of someone else? Oh. Let's see we go. So he's moving out. He does move out, getting his 3rd base. Stim is now done. MaxPax getting ready for a run by. He's ready here for that Zealot counterattack at the 3rd. The Zealot, he does show his hand. Does show his hand ahead of time. Clem getting in position. At the same time, MaxPax ready to dive into the natural. Setting up a multi-prone aggression. Taking up a Marauder. He gets 1. I'm a multi-skin. Oh, okay. Hi. So he goes, they do charge into the mineral line, forcing friendly fire. Getting 1 SCV so far. At the same time, auto shots across the map, distracting MaxPax. Clem, he's holding. MaxPax bleeding out 5 probes. As we go for another auto turret. MaxPax turning around. Consolidating his army. Clem gaining map control. And again, this aggression from MaxPax just wasn't too successful. Didn't get what he wanted. The Prism is still online. Still has potential. True. It's still out there. We'll see how hard MaxPax does commit. Until then, Clem calming things down. Checking, scouting the right-hand side. He will find the Prism, and the Prism is going to fall. Massive pickoff. And with that, no more counterattacks, no more aggression. Clem, he can push. This will also delay Colossus or Disruptors. 2nd River's on the way. And Disruptor production has begun. He's on 2 Colossus. So 2 Colossus and now Disruptors. Still very tense. We're waiting for that move out from Clem. MaxPax still being active. Still moving out. Hoping to catch in and kind of move out, delay the push, force a siege. Whatever he can to buy time. Oh no! Ugh, we'll bleed out a Stalker. Ay. Does face check with the Stalkers. We'll lose 1. He's got 1 Disruptor so far. He's got a 3rd Robo on the way. Let's go! Getting up to triple Robo production. He's building up. Both armies are maxed. And we're waiting for that push. Looking at the compositions, we have a handful of Ghosts, a decent chunk of Vikings. Waiting for extra Ghosts. MaxPax moving in. Tanks late to siege. Uh-oh. Doesn't quite commit. Doesn't move in. I'm just calming down, rotating, getting into 2-2 upgrades. Second starport is done. We should soon be seeing Liberators. There's one mine shot left. Sorry, one disruptor shot left. Does go off. There's 3 Novas in total. Zellarame comes in. Planetary is not done. And MaxPax, can he pull Clem apart? Oh! Oh, good. Does avoid the Nova. Avoids the Nova, cleans up the Zealots. 8 SCVs go down. That trade. Nobody commits. Takes that one, takes out both Colossus. Both Colossus do fall. Down to Disruptors. Nova's the split. Oh my god, Clem! Calm down. Calm down. He does split, does avoid the Nova. Is going to be moving out. Still breaking through these bridges. It's very difficult. The choke points are brutal here. Cannot break through. Clem is rotating. MaxPax does get past. And Clem can take the fight brutally. EMPs! Oh my god! Yeah, massive connections. EMPs pop up. MaxPax has to get the hell out of there. Has to pull back. And Clem is pushing. Behind this, we do have that Fusion Core. Not again! Prism has to back up. But Fusion Core's on the way for Liberator range. He wants those libs. Better connection. Takes down the Ghost. Ghost goes down. Oh my god. Grazing the army, catching out Marauders. And decent connections here from MaxPax. Clem is pushing. MaxPax is going to be stuck at home. Nova's going off. The professional Nova. Oh my god, another big connection. You gotta take it easy, Bappy. Getting another Ghost. Another Ghost goes down. These are brutal losses here for Clem. At the same time, Zellarame coming in. Will delay the expansion, and Clem, he does turn back around. He races back. Has to respect the army, leading out so many Ghosts over time. Notice they do not get the tank. Clem holds back at home. Hold does defend. Nice Dorito cannon here on the main army. Clem is simming in. They're simming forward. Liberation has arrived. He has freedom. That's what has been missing. Nova State to get some decent connections. That's a lot of Novas going off. Just so many Disruptors. But we are running out. As we have almost perpetual Novas. One Disruptor finally falls. And Clemmy can stem in. MaxPax a little bit trigger happy there. As he has 6 Disruptors. Colossus coming back online. Clemmy rotates. Once again being forced back. Oof. Nice lift. Oh my god. The Novas, they connect. And MaxPax holds. He's holding. He is holding on for now. I say for now because what's on the horizon here, we're making 4 Liberators at a time. Liberation is here. And typically with a high lib count, that does force out Skytoss. And MaxPax is not ready for that. So the Colossus gets caught out. Massive pick off. That's the save. I'll pick up here at a MaxPax. Liberation. The zones are just sewn away MaxPax. He cannot push in. Disruptor going to be going down. He's out of position. He's stuck on the low ground. Trying to force his way into Liberation zones, which is ideal for Clem. And Clem, he's done it. He breaks on through. Takes down the expansion. The freedom is here. Too much freedom. Nova Zone connect. And he can take a better fight here. Even forcing a bit of friendly fire. And MaxPax is being overwhelmed. He did an amazing job here making it to the ace match. Forcing Clem to the final game. But he is being broken. And he just wasn't ready for these Liberators. Wasn't ready for this transition. As the freedom's just too much. Oh my god. And there's just no answer. There's no answer to these libs. Novas, they try to zone away. Again, doesn't help that it was caught out of position. And GG gets called. Clem, he overwhelms, and Clem, he will take the series 3-2, becoming this week's WardiTV Monday 21 champion. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations, Clem. He will take the series. Again, really patient play there out of Clem, dancing with the army. There was, I should also mention, there was a big window in time before the Liberators where MaxPax had the advantage. We saw Nova after Nova after Nova connecting and popping off. Unfortunately, he had no way to reinforce. He kept losing the War Prism. He couldn't really maintain himself, couldn't really sustain himself and push out across map and break a base. The bases were left safe and sound for Clem, and eventually Clem bought enough time for the Liberators, and then suddenly momentum swung in favor of the Terran, away from the Protoss. Again, Max actually just wasn't able to leverage that high disruptor count enough, and in the end was overwhelmed himself. GG. GG, well played, Clem. He will take the series and will be our champion this week. Congratulations. Congratulations. Shout out to MaxPax though, because it's not easy to make it to the finals, not easy to make it to the ace match against Clem whatsoever, so a very good showing here by MaxPax. I did have some faith in Trigger, and Trigger, he had a good performance as well in the semis, but alas, MaxPax did overwhelm and did claim that second place. GG. GG, well played. Ooh, but I hope you all enjoyed yourselves here in this tournament. Again, a very massive bracket as well. The best of the best did face off. We had Dark, we had Clem, we had Classic, we had Skilless, MaxPax, and many others. Just a plethora of players, as always, here in the WardiTV Monday. And if you enjoyed the event, we're going to be back next week, as this is a weekly tournament. Hold on, I got you. Bam. There we go. As this is a weekly tournament, every single week we have you covered here with some WardiTV Monday action, and we can finally get some rest. This was our third broadcast today. We, of course, were live earlier with a best-of-7 show match between Beyond and Down. Before that, we had the OSC Season 12 Championship with players like Solar, players like Night Phoenix alongside Hope Mono, and many others. Classic, Arrowfire. Again, it's just so much StarCraft today, and we have more StarCraft coming up ahead of us. Here we go as we have a look at the schedule here. As we have a look at the schedule, today was Monday, and again, we had 3 events. It was a lot of casting. We went back to back to back, 3 casts here on Monday. Tomorrow, a little bit lighter, only 2. How dare we? Only 2 broadcasts tomorrow. Crazy. Tomorrow, we're going to be live with the Pigasaur Monday and with the OSC Season 12 Championship, lower bracket round 2. When it comes to the Pigasaur Monday, that is also a weekly tournament, and we feature similar players. We feature North Americans, Koreans, and the degenerate Europeans that stay up until 5-6 a.m. in the morning to compete in the Pigasaur Monday. It's the passionate players, I should say. The passionate players like Clem, players like MaxPax. We expect to see the best of the best players in the world in a Pigasaur Monday. On Wednesday, we have Code for Giants Cup. That is a Brazilian bi-weekly tournament, so do tune into that for some Brazilian on Brazilian action. We have the National Tussle. We have a Lima League. That is going to be a 2-day event, Friday and Saturday. We have the Kung Fu Cup Warcraft 3 edition of Warcraft 3 Evolution. We have MSO and STC as well. We have plenty of content here throughout the week. If you're curious, if you're wondering, hold up, I see some of these days where there's only 1 cast a day. What's going on, Pappy? What's going on? Well, we're still working on StarCraft. On Sunday, before Sparkling Tuna Cup, after Master Swan Open, we won't be casting, but we are going to be adminning the Euthermal 2v2 tournament. Shout out to Euthermal, of course, did reach out to us to of course, ask us to help us run this event, so we're going to be focusing on adminning, on running that 2v2 monthly tournament. We won't be casting, we're going to be working behind the scenes instead in that time slot, so still working, but in another capacity. Likewise, on Wednesday, we have 1 free afternoon where I can finally stream. I can finally stream. I can finally have like a ladder session or play some Final Fantasy. Again, our New Year's resolution for 2025 was to have some free time, because we cast twice a day every single day, and it would be nice to, like, you know, just chill for a little bit. To just have some time off, just chill. I mean, I say time off, we're still, of course, you know, working in another capacity, just still streaming, still laddering, and of course doing other things behind the scenes. But yeah, that's gonna be Wednesday afternoons. We'll be taking some time off to stream, play some Final Fantasy, and play some other games on my personal channel, not casting SC2. But every other day, plenty of content, plenty of casting. We got you covered. We got you, buddy. We got you. Here we go. MaxPax, the only Protoss that can match Clem blow for blow. I would see that and I would raise you Zan. Zan went to the ace match against Clem recently. Likewise, so did Hero. I mean, dang, we got some other big Protoss players that can take it to Clem, of course. We got them, we got them. I mean, hey, Classic. I mean, of course, Classic took Clem to the ace match as well. If you missed it earlier today, we were casting it, but Clem versus Classic also went to the ace match as well. So yeah, definitely a lot of other strong competitors are out there. MaxPax, of course, is one of the best Protoss players in the world, but some of the others, they're hot on his heels. Here we go. Here we go. Hope next patch buff disruptors. What are you talking about? Yeah, MaxPax just won a big tournament. He just won the Little League Cup. MaxPax won Little League Cup. Hero came second to Cyril in Masters Coliseum. Yo, if you want to cry about balance, cry somewhere else. Go to Reddit. Go to another chat channel. Hero's inconsistent. I don't think I agree with that. I think a lot of people say that just because of Hero's playstyle, but Hero is consistently outperforming every other Protoss player in offline events, right? It's one of those things where he's a very aggressive, very chaotic player, but yeah, he's very consistently just performing well in these tournaments. He is the offline Protoss hope. Clem plays Protoss, that'll be a nice... True. True. Clem also one of the best Protoss players in the world. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Also one of the best Protosses. But with that, we're wrapping up. With that, we are wrapping up here for the day. Again, we're going to be back here in... How many hours time? We're going to be back in 9 hours. 9 hours time, we're going to be returning here with the Big Store Monday as a weekly tournament. Again, it is more designed towards the NA and Korean time zone, but there are plenty of Europeans that do ruin their sleep schedule to play in that tournament as well. So do look forward to it. Do look forward to seeing these very same players face off once again in 9 hours. So look forward to that. Otherwise, I'm going to go get some rest. I'm going to go get some food. I'm going to calm things down and get ready for the week of StarCraft ahead of us. Plenty of content, plenty of StarCraft. If you enjoyed the broadcast, if you see something that you want to watch and you can't watch it live, if you want to tune into some of the VODs, then check us out on YouTube or on Twitch. !socials in the chat, and you'll get a link to our social medias: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Discord, TikTok, Facebook, all things CranKy, Ducklings, Mastodon, Blue Sky. We're all over the place, and we notify you whenever we go live on a daily basis. And again, the VODs are on Twitch, the VODs are on YouTube. We upload content on a daily basis. As you can imagine, we cast more than any other channel out there, more than Wardi, more than Steadfast, more than any other channel. The content is there, the quantity is there, and we have some of the quality as well. Beautiful. Beautiful. If you want to support us in another way, you can do so via Patreon, !Patreon in the chat, and you can help fund our tournaments. For those that are curious, bam, you can see right here, we do host events on a regular basis. We have Sparkling Tuna Cup as a weekly, and SDO and MSO as monthlies. That is all funded via the Patreon, and it's all grown through Patreon as well. So if you want to help us boost the prize pool of these tournaments, you can do so via that Patreon link, as all the money goes straight towards those tournaments. Otherwise, thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. We're going to be heading off for the evening, and if you wish, you can stick around, and we're going to be giving another StarCraft streamer a raid who is live. Who can we send everyone over to? Let's have a look. Let us have a look. Just catching up. Who's live at the moment? We have Roddy's casting the Monday Night Weekly. True. There's the there's the European Monday Night Weekly. There's Sal. Sal is still doing a subathon, which is crazy. So Sal is live. Rex, I believe, is casting. We have Senor Sad Sack. We have Poison. We have, who else? Skylar is live. We'll find someone. Find someone to send everyone over to. Give them some love. Give them some support. Otherwise, we'll see you guys next time. We'll see you guys next time, whether it's tomorrow, whether it's another day. We'll see you then. Until then, hasta luego. Ciao, papi, ciao. Hasta luego. Thanks for watching.